Hello, good morning or good afternoon, Pio Pico family. This is Dr. Lupe Gomez, principal at Pio Pico Elementary, and we're very excited to begin our in-person instruction, and it starts this summer. Thank you for all the parents who have registered for our summer programs. And so if you are viewing this message is because your child will be participating in our summer program. So I want to make sure that we're all on the same page and you understand what summer will look like here at Pio Pico. So let's go ahead and get started with our presentation. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. So first of all, there's a couple of different programs that we will be offering this summer. So one of the very first programs that we're going to have is called Summer Intervention and Summer Discovery. This is going to be offered at Pio Pico for students in kinder all the way to third grade. The dates of the program will be June 8th through July 9th. It is a program that will run Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. And this is in person. So students will be coming in to Pio Pico to participate in our program. And for summer intervention, we're really going to be focusing on understanding what are the academics and social emotional needs of our students and making sure that we target that support in a small cohort with a small group. So students will be grouped in classes with a teacher. There will be no more than 10 students per class. And these students have been selected and grouped based on need. And we're going to be focusing on language arts instruction and mathematics instruction. We're also going to be making sure that we are developing Spanish language development. Our programs for summer intervention for kinder to third grade will be in Spanish reading. So we're going to be focusing and making sure that we solidify students' Spanish language development and that they're ready and prepared for reading and for the next grade level. Okay. The next program that we have is Summer Enrichment. Before I talk a little bit about summer enrichment, I also want to talk about the summer intervention. It will not only focus on the intervention piece of it. During the final 2 weeks of the program, we will have a camp-like experience for students where students will be exposed to the arts and science and physical movement and well-being and wellness. And it's going to be a camp-like experience that our students will experience the final 2 weeks of the program. So the first 3 weeks of the program will be heavily focused on the academics, the social emotional support our students need, and then we'll transition over to the camp-like experience to make sure that our students are prepared for when they come back to in-person instruction in the fall. And so our other program or type of program that we have is called Summer Enrichment. Summer Enrichment is for students in 4th through 5th grade. The program will be from June 8th through July 9th. Monday through Friday from 8 to 11:45, and again, it will be in-person instruction. And for this one, students will engage in a unit of study, and they're really going to really focus on critical thinking, and will expose them to other jobs or pathways that they didn't probably think were possible. And so we're going to expose them to a couple of different things. And so just so that you get a little bit more of understanding on what our 4th and 5th grade students will be doing at Pio Pico, this program will be in English, and the title of the program is Clean Water is a Human Right. And so students will explore that. Students will explore the importance of water in our world and understand that access to clean water is a human right. And that not everybody is having access to clean water. So we'll be looking at what places have access to clean water, which ones don't, why don't they have access to clean water, how can we help our environment, how can we help our earth, right, to be able to keep and protect our water sources and ensure that everybody has access to clean water. And so it'll be an exciting unit of study. It will also embed the discovery piece that the intervention had, which is the final 2 weeks. We will be embedding a lot of arts and science and have that camp-like experience as they're completing their unit of study on clean water is a human right. So we're excited about that. We're excited about what our students will be able to create through that unit of study. But that's not all. Our students are also may be enrolled in Engage 360, which is a summer of play. And so the summer of play is that we want to make sure that all our students are active, right, and learning. And so our program will run a little bit longer than our enrichment and our intervention. This program will be from June 8th through July 16th, Monday through Friday, and the time will be 8 to 5 p.m. Unless a parent chose to be in the program from 8 to 12, or 12 to 5, or I believe it's 1 to 5. The other option is that students can do both, right? Some students are going to be in summer enrichment. And then when they're done with that class, we'll move on over to the summer of play. Or the students may be in summer intervention and then transition over to the summer of play. And so you will all parents will be receiving letters informing you what program your child will be participating. Expect those letters in the middle of the week. They're being mailed on Friday, May 21st, and it all just depends on when we get them to the post office, and the post office delivers them to your home. So expect them somewhere towards the middle of next week. But we're very excited about our summer programs. And we have another summer program, and this is for students who have an IEP. It's called Extended School Year and Summer Discovery. These programs, so if you're thinking about what is Extended School Year, well, Extended School Year services are special education and related services that are provided to students with disabilities beyond the regular school year in accordance with their individualized education program, right, or IEP. For this, the program will be offered in person and distance learning, and you can see where we will kind of land if your child is attending Pio Pico, if they're in TK through 5th grade and they have an IEP and extended school year has been offered to them. They will be attending classes Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 12:15, and it'll start June 14th all the way up to July 16th. Okay, so those are the extended school year. Please reach out to your child's case manager if your child has an IEP and you haven't heard about extended school year, but that is definitely an option. And so during the summer, we are going to be offering meals to our students who are participating within the summer programs. And so I want to make sure that everybody is clear about who's eating and what's happening with our meal services during the summer. So if your child is only in intervention and enrichment, which will be from June 8th through July 9th, from 8 a.m. to 11:45, they have the option to come in and eat breakfast at school from 7:30 to 8, because at 8 o'clock, they have to be in class ready to learn. However, meal services will be provided to the community for breakfast all the way until 8:30, right? But students will be able to come into school and eat their breakfast here at school from 7:30 to 8 o'clock if they're in intervention and enrichment. Lunch, a snack, and supper will be all packed for students, ready for them to go. So when they're ready to leave class at 11:45, they will receive a bag with their lunch, their snack, and their supper ready to go. Okay, so it's a grab and go for that, but they'll sit in and have breakfast for us in the morning. Now, if your child is an extended school year, right, which the dates for that program will be June 14th through July 16th from 8 to 12:15, they will be eating their breakfast here at school from 7:30 to 8, because remember the program starts at 8. And then they will also have their lunch somewhere between 11 and 12 o'clock, right? And they'll sit down and they'll eat their lunch with us here. They will have a snack and a supper that goes as a grab and go with them, okay? Also for the community to know, Estana High School will have meal services for the community, and you can go there as well if your child is not participating in a summer program, but you want to make sure you grab those meals for them. And then Engage 360. If your child is participating in Engage 360, remember those dates are June 8th through July 16th from 8 to 5 p.m. They will be able to come in and eat breakfast from 7:30 to 8, because remember they got to be ready by 8, right, for class. And then lunch will be served anywhere between around 11 and 12:30, where they can sit down and eat it. And they will also be sitting down and eating their snack here on campus. Their supper will be a grab and go, so they'll be able to take that home with them when they leave and you pick them up from the program. Okay, and so those are the meal services. So all of our students will have something to eat while they're here with us at Pio Pico during the summer. I'm also wanting to take this time and opportunity to review our expectations. So while on campus or in our community, our Palomas are responsible, respectful, and safe, and we'll be using this return back to campus to remind our students ways that we show our responsibility, ways that we show that we're respectful, and ways that we show that we're safe. So we're very excited about that. Every teacher will have some type of morning check-in with students, but for this morning check-in, it's really important to understand that because of the safety of all of our students and our staff, only staff members and students will be allowed on campus. Parents will not be able to come on campus. However, if you have anything you want to talk to us about, you're more than welcome to come through the front office, and then we'll support you and help you there. But to walk into classrooms, it's only going to be students and staff. Parents will be dropping off and picking up students at the site gate. It's the white gate on Highland Street, and that's where you'll pick up and drop off. Please make sure that when you're picking or dropping off your child, that your mask is on, that you're maintaining physical distance during pickup and drop off, and that you're constantly washing your hands, right? Activity monitors will be also screening students as they're coming in, just to make sure that we're all safe. And then students will be required to wear a face covering or a face mask while they're on campus. Parents are responsible to do what we're calling a passive screening. So that means that each parent will screen their child every morning at home for symptoms of COVID-19 before you bring them onto campus, right? And you will keep your child at home, and you're going to notify the school if your child has tested positive for COVID-19 in the last 14 days, if your child has experienced any symptoms of COVID-19, or if your child has been exposed to or in close contact with someone diagnosed with COVID-19 in the last 14 days. And please do not send your child to school until you have been cleared to do so by the school nurse or the school principal. That will be very important, right? So your parents are doing this screening every morning, right? You're going to go through this, what we consider passive screening. Also, the symptoms that you're looking for is, does your child have a temperature of 100.4 degrees or higher? Does your child have a cough? Does your child have difficulty breathing? Does your child have loss of taste or smell? Does your child have some nasal congestion or runny nose? Do they have a headache? Do they have a sore throat? Are they really tired and fatigued and their muscle and their body aches? Do they have any diarrhea, vomiting, or abdominal pain? I know that a lot of us are being vaccinated against COVID, but please remember that our children under the age of 12 do not have access to the vaccine. So we depend on everybody to continue to be monitoring for these symptoms. In addition, just because we have the vaccine, it doesn't mean we won't be exposed to COVID or that we'll get COVID, right? It just means that the symptoms will be less severe, and most likely we would have any fatal consequences from COVID if we were to obtain it, if we are vaccinated, right? So that's really important to get vaccinated, and that we're doing that passive screening. We're going to work together as a community to keep all of us safe. Remember that the materials you need to bring from home is going to be a backpack, their Chromebook fully charged, an extra face mask in case something happens to the one that they have here. But also remember, we will have extra face masks if something were to happen to your child's face mask. A water bottle, that will be important to bring with them every day. And then dress in appropriate clothes. Follow our dress code, but the school uniform is not required. So just appropriate clothing, and let's have a great summer. Safety measures, in addition to what I've already mentioned that we will be following at school, is every morning we're going to review the safety measures with students. We're going to keep physical distance in class. In our school, we have one-way pathways that are marked on the floor. And then we have signs posted with safety reminders for our students and staff. So we're making sure that safety is our top priority and concern as we're welcoming and we're so excited to have our scholars back on campus. In the classroom, what you're expecting to see is that the maximum occupancy will be no more than 25 students and 2 adults. But remember, in most of your classrooms, especially if you're doing intervention, the classes will have around 10 students. If your child is doing enrichment, there will be 14 students. If they're in about an Engage 360, the classes will probably be about 20 students or less, right? So we will definitely be below this occupancy of our classrooms. Students will have assigned seats. There will be no sharing of materials. We will try to maintain the 3 feet of physical distance while in the classroom. Hand washing and hand sanitizing before and after meals and throughout the day will be very important. And then students will remain with their cohort throughout the day and throughout the time that they're here with us at Pio Pico. So I've hinted to this a little bit before in the presentation, but it's really up to all of us to keep each other safe, right? We depend on the staff here to follow the protocols, right? We depend on the parents to follow the protocols. We depend on the students to follow the protocols, because in the end, we are this tight-knit community. And if someone gets sick, right, then there's a possibility that others will also get sick. So we want to make sure that we avoid that at all costs. And the way that we do it is by using the precautions that have already been set for us, right? So remember, families, that the COVID-19 vaccine is available for people ages 12 and over. So I urge you to get vaccinated. With the vaccine, it's harder for you to get COVID-19, but even if you were to get COVID-19, it would be harder for you to spread it to others. So it's really important to get vaccinated. Please continue to wear your face mask when in public or in closed spaces. Keep physical distance and continue to wash your hands often. And just as a reminder, there will be no classes on Monday, July 5th. I'm not quite sure now that I'm talking about no classes on July 5th. When I talked about Engage 360 and their program, it's important to note that they will have a modified day. I'm not quite sure. Oops, it's not here. They will have a modified day on Friday, July 2nd, and their program will run from 8 to 12 p.m. on Friday, July 2nd. And then on Monday, July 5th, there will be no class in observance of 4th of July and our Independence Day. And so that's important to note. And that's it for us. Remember, we keep each other safe. Thank you very much for everything you're doing. And we're so excited to get our kids back on campus. We'll see you soon. Remember, our summer programs begin June 8th, and I'll see most of you at 8 o'clock in the morning. Thank you. June 2nd, 8 a.m. I'll see you then. Let's have a great summer.